Hmm. Let's just see what happens. Let's check out the roller actually for your demo. This is the guy. This is who we want. This is who we're looking for. Yeah. You're demoing the old rollout, which is not too big an issue. Especially if you can do it a bit faster. Sure, that's not super optimized, but that's not an issue. That's that's not a team play thing. That's an individual thing for him to work on. Alright, so you seem to be swapping sides. You take your own right side, they take their own right side. You get players top. As long as the enemy demo is not shooting at you, it's perfectly fine to play like this. This is this is really good actually. You're getting like a lot of people on high ground. You have 2 scouts on the only thing I see an issue of this is 2 scouts on Tetris, but if the enemy demo can't shoot at you, then there's actually no problem with it.
The control point is being contested.
This looks fine so far. You have a lot of damage. You get a kill. Okay. I didn't see how this can't go in your favor, really. You give up a lot of height here. I think I didn't pay attention to what your other soldier did, Doig. I should have paid attention to what he was doing because I didn't really see him, and now he's suddenly low health and running. So that's on me. I'll have to. You can maybe check that again, but here you just have to recollapse. But yeah, you're all shooting different things, and yeah, okay, you get the med. I think there's too much going wrong there. The start of the mid is fine. It's just afterward. It's probably just some honestly. At lower levels, it's all on DM, and I didn't see any like major mistakes that can be fixed. You know. This is insane. Oh, okay, rough. Some nice pipes. You guys can't really contest second off the back of that death. That's it. I don't think it was wrong for him to go for that. The demo is like alone. He usually gets that kill, scout versus demo. And then suddenly you have a scout up there down a demo and you can get onto second. There's no like decision making error there. They dry push into last. This is odd. I don't know what to look at. I wasn't expecting them all to come through the lower door. I mean, here the error is obvious, I guess. The best thing to be doing on this last in an even situation is hold close. It's like a TF2 principle in general. As long as it's even Ubers, there's no reason for you to not be holding close to doors. You had, I think, 4 people stacked top left. Call me on my bullshit if that was wrong. It looked like it as I flew over it. So you're all stacked top left rather than these 2 doors are uncovered. I saw 2 projectiles top left, which can be fine, especially when the Ubers are actually up, but the Ubers aren't up right now, and you had no one spotting this side of the map. You're giving up map control, basically. You're giving up the right side of last. Also, left side is held really well. Suddenly they burst through, they take all the ground, they get a bunch of kills, they play the cap. They're probably going to win this round here, from the way this looks. Yeah. Yeah, that's rough. But, so, the simplest fix to this is really to just make sure that one really easy, like, principle you can apply is, this is for your soldiers, and like, for whoever's calling. You want your soldiers to always be in, like, different places, if that makes sense. If you ever have 2 soldiers in the same place, on some maps it can work, and in some situations it can work, but you want your soldiers to be split. You want 1 soldier top left, 1 soldier top right, basically. It's like one really simple fix to this, because a soldier standing here on top of these stairs shooting down at a combo walking through lower, they don't stand a chance. Like, even if they insist on getting through and he doesn't even kill anyone, he's going to deal so much damage that the rest of the team should be able to finish them. On top of that, I think, so this is specific to Sunshine, I think Demo holding top right with Aroma is probably the best setup. There's 2 doors here, there's only 1 door there. Granted, that door's probably the most important because it's the nicest sort of area. It's top left. They have high ground if they walk in there for free. But there's 2 doors to be held here. Like, 1 soldier can't do it alone. Let's check out what their demo's rollout is, in case it's better. Yeah, so he does the modern rollout. This is better. It's at least faster by a second, even if you do the lower one perfectly. He's not even doing it perfectly either, but that's fine. I like this rollout a lot. This rollout flower. It's a really you see he lands at mid with 175, and your demo is not going to be full health like that. Bro, that's Highlander. Yeah, but this is a good rollout. I think, in most situations, especially until you get to about Div 1 level, I think you can brainlessly roll out Flower without changing it, and like probably not be punished for it ever. Unless you're playing against like the sickest soldier in your division or something. There's no reason to roll out Flower. Yeah, your demo is basically down 60 health from doing his rollout. So you go for the complete opposite this time, you take left. This is nice. This is really good actually, that you whenever you're taking a side on this map, it's all about the Tetrises, especially if you're meeting them. They like, I didn't really see how it develops, but they didn't seem to want to go into you. It's all about, so even when you're going left side, you need people on Tetris, preferably scouts. But I don't see anything immediately wrong with this setup. One thing, I will say this, being in this corner here is a death trap. This is just like, they're not going forward into you, so it's fine, and I'm fairly certain you're probably just moving through this position rather than planning on staying here. But whenever you can afford to, never end up here, basically. I'm probably going to resume and you're just going to walk through it, so I'm going to look like a moron, but yeah, this is fine. Okay. It's good from you controlling the height. Yeah, this is perfectly fine. They're a bit obsessed with your scat and flower. You probably just pick them off one by one here. So, one thing I'll say here is, you definitely, if your soldier bombs flower and you decide to ignore that scout cafe, you can definitely chase the 2 people in flower. Especially with how low that medic is. You guys most likely know that medic is low. So that's a bit unfortunate that you don't go for that. I think one of your soldiers is going for it though. We'll see what they're up to. Oh no, never mind. I thought it was through the map, like I thought they were here. Alright. It's fine though. It's fine to play it the way you did as well, but if you really want to like take everything and like really push your limits, especially in a scrim, there's no reason not to try that in a scrim, I would say. Alright, that's good. You get into second, you kill the feeder without losing anyone. It's pretty solid play. Now that they're down one, you want to be getting into. So while you're, oh, these 2 already rolled out. You want to get into lobby ASAP and send at least like a solo sack here. I know it can be harder to coordinate more, or you might think it's better to send solo sacks at this level, but optimally, I would say this is a double sack. As soon as you get a pick, as soon as you like go up a number and like the situation is settled down, get into lobby. Check for traps, check for any hiding spots, and then send the most coordinated double sack you can as soon as you can is the best thing to do. This trap is funny. I've never seen those traps work. Oh, okay, that's nice. Well, I stand corrected. They always work. This trap works. Okay. I'm not sure if that was meant to be a sack or if that was an attempt to bully the demo out. Either way, it's rough. It is how it is. Yeah, and left side was unwatched as your sat hit. So, important thing about lobby here, actually, to avoid that situation where the demo is sitting top right for free. It's basically, you have the right idea of the soldier bombing to like scare him out, and then after that though, optimally your soldier doesn't die, your soldier backs up, your demo starts like stickying that area. Your demo needs to basically match wherever the enemy demo is. But more importantly, I think, especially in this lobby, when you're in your own lobby, please review that Tony G. Man, fuck you, Piggles. Okay. What was I saying? Lobby control, when you're the team in the enemy team's lobby, your demo should be holding top right. You should have, most likely, you don't actually need a player dedicated to lower. Like, your lower player shouldn't be playing lower like this, or like, even like this, most like, I would say. Your like lower player can like watch lower like this, and there's essentially nothing that anyone can do from lower. Fuck. Okay, I missed what's going on here, but this is probably not going to be too big an issue. What's going on? All right, you're sending a sack. They have full ads, you know it, so you send a sack. It's fine to send a sack. There's no reason your team can't be supporting more. Yeah, good idea from your demo to be spamming, but. So you here, Sprasty? You could have actually been... You 100% could have been taking space. You could have been, like... You could have just been annoying in choke, basically. You could have been, like, something for them to worry about, increase the pressure. A lot of medics will pop to just pressure. If there's the threat of a scout running in and flying meat showing him, even after he only hits, like, a 50 damage rocket, it's going to be a lot more scarier than a team sending just a soldier and, like, some iron bomber spam. If you were walking through choke here, like you don't have to commit to it. You just have to fake walking through choke. You can just stand in the choke. If you stand around where like my camera's positioned, you can also run to the left, play by cafe, just be another guy threatening to run in. That actually that increases the pressure. It means your soldier has a higher chance of working out. On top of that, oftentimes in these scenarios, there'll be like a spam player not doing their job right. Instead of locking out in front, they'll be looking back and trying to kill the soldier on their med. You can attempt to get a pick basically by just running at whoever's not looking at you. You can test your limits in scrims. There's no reason not to. I think I saw Comma by Flower as well. He could have definitely ran it. He could have done something. If you're gonna be sending a sack, you want to coordinate more for it. Obviously, you also don't want to lose more than one in this scenario. I think even losing one is like a bit random. Losing one in the way you guys are losing one is a bit random. If you guys are pressuring really hard and committing to losing one, that's perfectly fine. But the pressure isn't enough for this to be worthwhile. This isn't a worthwhile attempt. But nothing too wrong with it. It's pretty standard. There's nothing too wrong with it. You pretty much have to give this up for free because you're not going to be getting it and you're already down one. As long as no one dies, you'll be fine. Okay. Yeah, this time you're doing what you could have been doing in choke. And you might be punished for it because you're not actually sending a sack this time. Okay, yeah, this is fine. Oh, you're not getting the force like that. Okay, your soldier goes unchecked. But you see, one of the main reasons that worked out for your soldier was the fact that you're in so deep on point. That was actually pretty good. But I don't think it was on purpose is the big thing. Okay, you lose your soldier. I didn't watch how you lose your med there. I should have paid attention to that. That's my bad. I'm not gonna rewind it though. I think it will be... Fuck it, we'll rewind it. We'll rewind it. I'm intrigued. I need to find out. I have a feeling though that it might be because you get disconnected from him. You leave, like one good principle to learn is you want your scout and demo leaving with your med, like minimum. You want your scout and demo leaving with your med. It can be two players, but I think it's best for it to be the scout, pocket scout, and the demo. So we'll see what happens here. Yeah, no one's building with him either. But they're all obsessed with you here. There's 3 people like all looking at you. You get the force because of it. Yeah, free. You have 2 people with your med. They're Ubered still. Never mind. Okay, that's all that happens. You have to be quicker out though. I guess is the biggest thing. You have a back cab going on. Okay, that's common. This is not that bad a scenario for you guys because you have a guy behind. If you want to do something, now's your opportunity. Yeah, there's only 3 people in on second. Alright, your soldier's in. Hits one nice rocket. You all get cleaned up because you all go in at different timings. Your demo was pretty healthy. You could have attempted to help a bit more, I think. Hello, Ramad. I am good. We are checking out a demo. Or 2. Yeah, I'm not saying it's like baity, because I don't know what your comms are like. This could have been one of those things where it's like uncommed or a bit random. My guess is was a bit like chaotic. You could have also been in the Spresti rather than meeting your med. The fact that only 3 people, but that's like this is sort of like main call identification issue rather than anything else. Like this is an opportunity identification, right? You gotta see that there's an opportunity for you were 3 players, 4 players if you count your guy behind, who can run in very quickly. You could have collapsed on 3 players while 1 player was sitting around doing nothing in flower. Sorry for my shit camera angles. I usually watch demos like in a very chaos way. I'm not used to having to do this shit. Okay, it's nice when your demo does some kind of nice stuff there. It's unlucky that the soldier doesn't die. You guys should 100% attempt to take lobby here. You can consider not going second. But really, what you guys should have been doing here, instead of setting up a gun and chilling on last, was getting into lobby and peeking for information. I feel like, with all the damage you did, as long as people are calling that damage, you guys should have known that without a med, that these guys are all scrambling for kits, they're out of position, and they're unhealthy. You could have just peeked for info, caught like a random player off, and gone. The actual reality of the situation was that many people were out. There was actually only 1 person on the cap and 3 people were all flower waiting for heals. So if you had peeked for information, seen that there's just 1 guy on the cap and everyone else is like invisible, you guys could have just pushed in, killed the guy on point, and then taken position on point, and you probably would have been fine. So that's on like the 3 people who are spawners, not even your main caller. Your main caller could have even called that, and those guys might not have gone. I know that happens quite often at lower level, where players will prefer to not do anything than to do something if it seems like even mildly risky, or if it's not 6v6. If you don't know what to do, then you do nothing, which that's how it is. But here you really wanted to be attempting to get into lobby, peek for info. I don't know what happens here. Did they just dry push you under again? It seems insane. I need to see this again. If this team pushes under again, I'm gonna lose it. But they seem to get destroyed this time, so you're all fine.
Alert. The control point is being captured. We have captured the control point.
Alright, what happens here? Man, this last is one of the worst lasts to get a little helicopter cam going on. Yep, they all go through under again. Okay, but this time the soldier hits a bunch of spam, right? Yeah, the soldier dies but gets a bunch of damage. Okay, and you have a soldier bomb coming. This is how it should look. Even still, your soldier here should have been playing it a bit more aggressively, like peering over the edge, looking down at them. There's 1 guy in lobby, 1 guy unaccounted for that you guys probably don't know is out. You guys could think he's hiding.
Alert. The control point is being contested.
It's a cool call. I like it. It can work, but you need to put different people through different doors, and definitely your medic can't be there, even if there's other combo players there. It should really just be a scout. Maybe a scout and soldier at most. Alright. You get forced, that's unlucky. Looks like a bit of a pussy pop, didn't trust the team killing him quick enough. That's fine. You're still learning. It's good with Uber, but you can't do that without Uber. Dry fishing into this last is already a bit nasty. Bit nasty if you ask me, without Uber. Alright. So here, the only thing I don't like about this is you give it up a bit for free. Which is reasonable considering you got the cap only just before they walks in through choke with the Uber, but you really could have been... So you were down one as well, never mind. But let's say you were 6v6 in this scenario. You want your projectile players on height and just spamming the hell out of that choke. If you spam the hell out of that choke, you'll get a force, maybe a kill. If it's coordinated spam. One thing even good teams don't do is coordinate their spam. You have like probably your soldier, one of your soldiers, whichever one likes to talk more, should just say like, let's shoot this guy when he walks through choke, and then he just gets hit with like 7 rockets and 2 pipes and a sticky. He doesn't stand a chance unless the medic uses, and there's no commitment required to that if you spam well. Big thing is, make sure you have an escape route. Don't spam all your rockets or stickies. Make sure you can always jump out. Make sure you're not spamming for too long. If you're spamming and they're like now up in your face and you haven't gotten anything off it, you've already fucked up. You're gonna get punished for that. Was that blind that? Yeah, it's one of those things where I think it's like kind of blind. You see the guy walking into it and you wait for the timing. Whoa. Young Sticky. Oh, the medic drops everyone. That is rough. That is just how things are sometimes. Okay. You guys 100%? Okay, yeah, I should have said this as soon as I didn't see it happen. If you see that medic leaving choke, alone, un-Ubered, even if, in the best case scenario, that the other 2 players on his team, who are un-Ubered, nowhere near the Uber, are like waiting on the other side of that choke, it's like 3 seconds of Uber if he wants to flash both of them at that point. You guys should have just been holding W as soon as you saw that the medic dropped everyone and had no one with him. Like I said, worst case scenario, 2 scouts appear around the corner, they get 1 kill on the guy furthest forward, and then you wipe all of them. You even have your own Uber, yeah. So you guys kind of bait comma here. But that's because of the sort of instincts where you see an Uber and you like walk away from it or like want to delay before entering. But an Uber that's not actually on someone, you don't need to fear that. You don't need to respect it. Nice stickies from your demo though. Getting a lot of frags. They're all at choke it. You got okay. As soon as you see 2 players at choke, sort of disrespecting you guys like this, you guys should probably use into them. But your medic is out of position. I don't know if he's being juggled back or not. You also don't have the cap, so it's a bit harder. Honestly, I see that you guys are playing without the scout speed anyway. A soldier demo Uber is perfectly fine here in a choke, and there's 2 people standing in the choke. If your medic was in position, he could have just Ubered. You go soldier demo, and you focus fire the soldier and demo in the choke. And you go off of that. Man, fuck you, Target. My bad. Okay, Sack comes in on your med. Yeah. Your med's already half health, and he's like unaware that it's coming, so kind of has to force to that. That is so rough. Oh wow, those people are so low. I don't know if it's surprised that he had to commit like that. I feel like it might have been I don't know. It's probably the wrong thing to do, but I feel like you guys definitely got a bit unlucky there, not getting something. This is a pretty messed up situation for you guys. They have big advantage. Alright. You managed to get out of there at least. This is going to be a pretty rough situation. Okay, so one thing that's going wrong here is your med is borderline the furthest. In fact, with the way this is paused now, and with the cafe orientation, he is the furthest forward. They're going flower though, so I guess he's not really. It's going to be someone else. This is not how you want to be set up for this on second. It's the best thing for you guys to do is to have some map talks, have some agreed upon positions you guys are in for each state of the game. In even Ubers, we hold like this guy holds this guy does that if this happens. This seems to me like you haven't really had a map talk is the biggest thing. Because you guys are just, your med is chilling on top of point. You have a soldier with him who's like staring at a wall. At least from my angle, it looks like he's staring at a wall. And everyone else is set up at bats. Yeah, you have a soldier on bats staring at flower when he could be on top of flower staring at it. As soon as he sees the heal beam, that's when he can jump away because he'll die if he stays there. But you have better information. You see them coming flower before you know it, and then your med has a higher chance of escaping, especially from this current position. From this current position, it looks very unlikely to me. Like your medic's gonna get out if the enemy team holds W and doesn't let go. So let's see what happens. All right. Okay, you make it out. They're not holding W relentlessly. Okay, really good spam here as well. That's nice. This is worth it always. Okay, committing 2 scouts through that door. That's not worth it though. I will say that much. That was more of a. That's a spacing issue. That's like, it's something that happens, but you never want to be inside each other when you're playing as scouts. Let one guy hold W, let one guy be a little bit behind him. You were basically inside each other. You were asking to be 2 rocketed like that, pretty much. Alright. Still, overall, pretty good situation, except for that bit at the end in flower. That's not even... That's both like personal as well as a team thing, because individual players can work on that themselves. Even if their other teammates don't work on it, you can be the guy who says, "Well, I'm not gonna be inside this guy. I'm gonna go be somewhere else." All right, the Uber in. You're very close to the Uber. You press S a bit. You get the Uber. You use. Okay, this is nice. You only lose 1. And there it will split. Alright, this is a good decision to leave that guy behind for your spawners to deal with, and then you focus forward again. The thing that's fucked up here is you have a demo staring at a medic, demo, and scout, and then your scout staring at this guy. Your demo, 100%, this is, I would say, 100% on your demo. Your demo can't, but it's hard to know if he doesn't understand what's going on behind him, then this is, you know, it's like understandable that happened, but this is on him. While the Uber is split in attention and there's like a guy behind, he can't be holding forward W into the enemy combo. In fact, if he was playing here by hut or by choke, he has a medic with him, he has a scout with him, and he's staring at like a random scout on his own by Tetris. Scout and demo will, you know, 70% of the time kill this guy pretty quickly, and then you have 2 picks, they have 1. You have an advantage going into the upcoming fight. It's a team demo review. It's Sprasty's team. I'll point out anything I see that applies to an individual player, but I'm trying to keep it more team oriented. Yeah, so you essentially had 2 different fights going there. Your demo staring at 3 guys, this scout staring at Comma on its own, and then Sprasty's a spawner, rocks up to choke, and then there's just chaos, where it's way better for them. They have better spawners, and you're down 1. This is, you know, you gotta run. Unlucky pipe. That is messed up. And yeah. Perhaps a little bit of feed at the end, that I don't think that soldier really had to die, unless he was caught in behind or something.
Our control point is being captured. Time has been added.
Oh no, it's a top left. Okay. Okay, that trap was that. That's just a trap here. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, heavy gets caught out. Yeah. So first thing I see that like went wrong here was you had the wrong setup, but that's fine. A lot of teams think it's better to rotate through spawn, but this will probably fix a lot of. Sunshine is a very holdable map if you know what you're doing. If you're expecting a top left push, all you really need to do is get behind point. When I say get behind point, I mean this. I think you guys can see my cursor. If you can't, I'm going to use this. But this area here, this sort of square, that's where you want your combo to be positioned. You want your demo med, and then probably the heavy as well, if you were going to have a heavy. Like, all positioned here. If they come top left, then you rotate your way to the right, and then you suddenly have 6 guys or 5 guys on the top right. If they come top right, you walk your way up top left, you have, you know, a bunch of guys sitting top left. What else? The other big thing is, I don't know if you had time for a gun, but optimally you have a gun and a sniper, and then if your gun goes down quickly, which most of the time it will, your NG goes heavy. If it doesn't go down quickly, the sniper will go heavy after taking a shot, maybe 2. I would say, at a lower level, I'd prefer if people played more disciplined. It's easier to learn to take 1 shot and then switch off, to learn like when it's better to take a few more shots, or like if you have the time, if you can afford to take more shots. I know I said that stuff about earlier about in scrims you should test limits, but specifically like sniping on last, I feel like you only learn that way later on, if that's all. Alright, so this is just, they've just taken an Uber into you and they're just running around killing a bunch of guys because you didn't have the right setup. One thing that I will, yeah, you want one soldier top right, and your soldier playing top right should be playing on top of those barrels. If he's playing on top of those barrels in this disad hold, he's like untouchable by the enemy flank. If assuming that the combo comes in top left, like he can just sit there and delay them for ages until one of them hits like a random direct on him, or until the Ubered players maybe start getting to him, or he takes enough chip from the scout. Other than that, your pocket can play top left spotting. As soon as he sees like the heal beam though, he needs to run. So I think if you want like a way to play it safer, you play on the bridge behind point. I can't show it right now because I'm paused. Maybe I unpause. Maybe I'd be smart. Alright. You can have your pocket just playing here. Your pocket playing here means he like controls this entire area behind the point, which is like a really common area for people going after like they touch the cap to try and get the Dow or something, or they like stand here waiting for bows. Like if he's here, none of that can happen. So they have to deal with him. And if they have to deal with him, that means that someone coming out of spawn can support him by shooting the guys around this area that are on him. Alright. Demos are both doing the same rollouts. Your demo is very low. Can't go much more forward than this. This is brave. The demo's a brave man. He's not being bowed. Okay. This is a very rough setup for you guys. You guys ended up in a corner as well. You get the first kill. They have all the position on planet Earth. Sprasty's going around killing everyone one by one. That's pretty sick. Now, I don't know what to say here. This is just DM, but I don't know if you guys end up winning this or losing this. We'll see what happens. But it's just a bunch of guys taking 1v1s until this scenario happens. You didn't lose this because you had that bad setup at the start, but it's really scary for that demo to be walking past. Like, if when you're that low as demo on this mid, you want to be hiding like a bitch behind this hut, or like here on this sort of like incline area where they can't see you if you crouch. That's where you want to be hiding. You hide for your bow, you get the bow, and you go from there. I didn't see how you got those kills. Maybe I can check that out, because that seems like a bit that seems very random. Just a bunch of kills happen at the start.
We have captured victory. Control point.
Okay, this is nice. You help your scout out in a fight because he runs at him. Yeah, that's good. It's unlucky that you eat that pipe before death, but I think that's actually a fine mid for me. Yeah, well, I'm not a scout main, man. It's just an epic crosshair to me. That's what it looks like. I go, wow, this is awesome. What's wrong with the scout crosshair? Alright. Anyway. We've seen all this. We can skip past this. Oh shit. Okay, I didn't see that. Yeah, he probably just bombs a demo and medic and kills them. That's standard. That makes sense to me. That checks out. Yeah, hey, you're setting up for this ad, you get on the gun. Your scout is... Comma is tweaking, bro. It's one of those scenarios. Okay, I should be paying attention to what's going on, but if you lose this, there's not much else to be said, really. You had an AFK guy. It's rough. You're 5v6. It's an unholdable scenario at the best of times. Alright.
Boy!
This rollout is wacky. Cafe, okay. I wish I watched that instead of the Highlander rollout. Yeah, just off the bat, like going cafe as a rollout is pretty much unviable, I'd say. But let's see what happens. Yeah, you're getting kind of destroyed. This guy is running all over you and behind you. Yeah. You guys are all split. One thing you'll notice, like, you're getting destroyed by the enemy team, where they're just, like, they're pretty much just 6 guys running at you. One of them, like, goes behind or some shit. But they might as well just be... They're minimum 4 guys running at you and holding W and, like, playing off each other, killing the furthest forward. It's actually pretty good from the enemy team. If you can't set up a mid fight where you have like a sort of like longer term like goal, or like you're not like playing position or anything very well, there's no reason you can't mirror them and take what's basically a coin toss if you want to do it that way. But in the future, if you're getting ran over like this, just copy them and just say, okay, we're gonna run at them, call what side they are, we're gonna put, you know, 6 guys into 6 guys, see what happens. Because if you're all in like random places, you had like a guy all the way here, you had 2 guys in choke, your demo and medic are like in front of point / cafe, this area between the 2. It's never gonna end well. But if you had high ground, it might have worked, because then you have like people shooting down at a clump of 6 guys running at you. But you didn't play any position or anything.
Alert. The control point is being contested.
6 disconnected guys will always get beat by 6 connected guys. Oh, oh that is unfortunate. If that surf was like a little bit higher, you land here and you escape like this or some shit. That would have been cool. That's unlucky. I think that's a sack attempt. Alright. Last. You have a gun going up. It's a cute spot, but there's no real need for it. You might even be caught out here. Nah, okay, you're not. Okay. Get a pick. They're having a lot of trouble spamming this gun down. You have a guy doing some fucking insane taunt. This is wacky. I love this. Okay. You guys saw the two people top left, which means you can just fight lobby here already. Okay. You're a bit slow getting into lobby, but that's fine. You have guy switching off of heavy. I feel like everyone else could have been holding W into lobby though. This guy just back up like this. This is heartbreaking. This is breaking my heart. Okay, never mind. He gets checked. Meanwhile, this is happening.
The control point is being contested. Our control point is being captured.
It's a nice bomb. It is rough.
Alert. Our control point is being captured.
Okay. You can get the cap here.
Time has been added.
You can even keep going, to be honest. You have good health. If they're giving you space, or there's an opportunity, you can take the space and then do something off it maybe. But you can't lose more than one.
Alert. The control point
Ah, that's rough. That's pretty smart of that soldier to just go for the guys behind the scout, knowing that they don't have beam on him. But it's nice from Comma to be just taking a bunch of space, taking the mages to kill him. But that's rough. Yeah, you can never have two guys hitting a choke like that. The biggest rule about chokes, you either walk through it or you walk away from it. You don't sit here, especially without heals. When you have heals, there's some sort of reason to be doing that, but you can't be sitting in a choke, catching spam, waiting for a soldier to bomb you and kill you while your scout is in front of you making space. You can either say, okay, this looks like crap, we're gonna leave, and you're in as like a solo sack, a scout, which is rough, right? But sometimes that's the way it has to be. Or you say, okay, let's walk in now, everyone hold W, go, go, go. You just go like little guy army running at the enemy team. That'll be awesome. That's how you want it to look. That's what the enemy team does. Even though it failed, and I think it's bad, they did it through lower. They would just hold W through lower. They wouldn't sit here going, oh, this looks crap, I'm just gonna sit here and wait to die. You either walk away from it entirely or you walk in, you commit. You don't sit in the choke. Sitting in the choke is the worst of both worlds. Alright, another disad hold. You're a lot closer to you this time. This is what? Okay. You can taunt and be inside a wall, and no one can see you. That's a nice gimmick. Oh, meanwhile I've missed the Uber, because I'm busy looking at epic taunts. Yeah, this is rough, but it was a full ad push. Again, I went over it, there's no point driving it too hard, but you just had the wrong setup. If you're behind point, your med is always connected with like at least one other player. He's gonna be able to get that Uber. He died on 80%. If you rotate and make them have to like put in a lot of effort for each kill or like ground they cover, then that buys you time to build the Uber and then you have a counter Uber. If you get 2 kills, you're probably gonna hold. Standard rollout. Slow, but you have good health, so not too big an issue, to be honest. You hit the enemy demo. Alright. You walk left. Oh, hold on, helicopter cam. Okay. Here, it should be, I like what Sprasty's doing. Playing the heart as pocket scout is never really wrong. Your med is in a pretty good position as well, I would say. I think flower is a nice position for medics to be at, for the most part. This is a really hard mid for medics. Yeah, see? Okay, nice surf. A lot of space to play with. You have your own soldier in, but we're not walking forward, but he's zoning. There's a guy behind, 2 in front. You play from the cap. Dominic's doing a good job of running as far away as possible from the guy behind. Yeah, he knows. He's aware. This is a really nice mid. Thank God. Okay. Only thing I didn't like about it really is you went left side and you didn't have anyone on Tetris, but they didn't really fight for it. But there's no real reason not to just have guys on Tetris or on the church if it's free. The enemy demo doesn't seem too like intent on hitting people top. Neither demos have been. That's the one thing I'll say. I guess yeah, I should have mentioned this right from the start. Your demo should be focusing top a lot more. They don't put many players top though, so I guess there's no need to. But if there were players top, he needs to be shooting top more. Yeah, we'll leave it like that. I'll mental gymnastics my way into being correct, bros. But 100%, you want to be shooting soldiers on the church and scouts on Tetris. Especially if you're planning on going forward and being aggressive. You shoot scouts on either Tetris. If they're on your Tetris, you shoot them. If they're on the enemy team's Tetris, you shoot them. If there's 2 scouts, even more reason to shoot them. Always shoot scouts off of Tetris before your soldiers bomb. If they hold their ground, then your soldiers can just shoot the scouts on Tetris. And probably... Holy crap, okay. My voice just died. But, 1 rocket, 2 scouts on the top of a Tetris that refuse to leave it, even after being hit by stickies, they're gonna get demolished. It's full ad. You're working on getting into lobby, you clear the traps, you get in on your own time. Everyone has really bad health, is one thing I'll say. Yeah. The enemy team is building so bad that you actually had more time to That engineer should die. Oh, that's rough. Alright, the heavy dies now, He's alone, there's literally no one around him. Oh. But your flank has been quashed by Cammy. Yeah, so I didn't really pay too much attention, but I think I can imagine already what happened. Your flank tried to get in before there was like sufficient sort of space for them to do so. One big rule for the flank is you don't come into a last push until the gun's down, and that gun took ages to go down, so they should have delayed really, really hard. Yeah. Yeah, he came in late. Okay, yeah. So that's a big reason. You need a demo to kill the gun. It's borderline impossible with a soldier. Yeah, a soldier scout Uber through top right is not good. I think you can even do soldier demo when there's no scout speed. You can take double explosive Ubers a lot more. But yeah, that's just rough then. The setup was rough going in, like I saw as well. The health was bad. No one knew where they were. But even still, this is like information you guys need to know. As long as the gun isn't down, you guys can't be coming in from the flank. You need to be, you know, you need to be the baiters a little bit. Yeah. And the other thing is you guys, obviously it's easy for me to see in the demo that they were building bad and had no Uber, but you guys really did rush that even if they were building well. Even if they were building well, they still would not have had that Uber. So you guys rushed that and you were like, oh, they're gonna have it soon. We gotta go now. You guys went very, very quickly. You took lobby, like, you didn't even take lobby that slowly, to be honest, with the amount of spam they were doing. You guys took lobby, like, pretty well, pretty cleanly, considering no one went to red health or died. All you had to do was take 1 second to heal up, buff up, have a plan, and then get in. But for future reference, as long as the gun isn't down, you guys should bait your dicks off on the flank. You shouldn't even show yourselves. If you show yourselves, you, first of all, you show that you're actually there, and that you're planning on getting in through those doors. Second of all, you risk taking chip damage, you know, spam, pistol shots, scattergun shots. And that can make a difference when you don't have access to the heal beam. Okay. That is pretty odd that they decide to get on Sprasty there. That was good from Sprasty though, but you see what I mean? When a scout is in this area, everyone on the enemy team ran at him. So if earlier that happened, then it would have been good. I honestly think it's fine for him to have died like that. because he's doing the right thing. It's just unlucky that they all are obsessed with him. He even trades with a demo. That's a good trade. Surely the med gets dropped. Yeah, nice. Okay, good. Yeah, this is just overall a really good situation. Trading Scout Soldier for demo med is always good. That was a good play from you guys.
Time has been added.
It might not have been fully planned, but punish the enemy team's poor play, which is, you know, it's pretty important. The soldier is basically a solo sack. He gets owned. Okay. Oh, there's another one in. Your demo doesn't know. Okay. But you're good. Right. Here you just want to hold W and hurtle down the door. You only know that there could potentially only be scouts hiding and you hear traps going up. That's the only information you guys have. Oh, Sprasty gets baited hard there. Unless Sprasty did a bad job of checking the traps on Flower and calling that it's clear, that's really slow from the rest of your team getting in. Honestly, as you take this, there's no reason a soldier can't just do a high bomb off of, like, one rocket off the floor, one rocket off here, and then you bomb bats, you force the enemy demo out, Sprasty doesn't die like that. Sprasty did that job pretty well, getting through, making some space. It's not a hard bait. I'm not saying that it's like really awful what happened, but it's pretty rough. There's no reason for Sprasty to die though. This is a pretty good scenario. Honestly, off that pick, you go 5v5 here once comma caps. You go 5v5 with your Uber. You can just run dungeon and do a Uber push through there.
Time has been added.
You wait for Sprasty, okay. Get a pack. No one's with your medic right now, so no one's really getting healed up before the Uber push. Speed up a little. Speed up the game a little. You waited too long here. Alright, you get through actually. No, this is fine. Never mind. You went through lower. That's nice. The med goes down with a sick little one tap. Okay, this is awesome. That's a nice push. Oh. Oh, you must convert this. Yeah. Nice, okay.
Control point is being contested.
Yeah, that's a really good push actually. You get through under, you call that they're all right side, and you just destroy them right side. It's really good focus fire of you to get that med there. Good use of the Uber as well. I like that. It's a nice push. Alright, this is not team related, this is again for your demo. This is a point that I like driving. If you're charging the sticky and you're not sure what for, you could usually just be reloading instead. So right now, you have 4 to 5 stickies in your clip, depending on how well you reloaded while in the air, while jumping. And that's, you know, that could always be just more. You could have, you know, you could have all the way up to 8 here in this scenario, rather than charging that first sticky and shooting at the wall. That might have just been a miss. I don't mean to highlight that, but always think about why you're charging a sticky and what you could otherwise be doing, because it takes time to charge a sticky. Charging stickies is, I know that, especially when you're new, you get told to charge stickies by like all the guides for when you're new say charge stickies. It's really good, but to an extent, it's better to not charge them and have more ammo loaded than to charge a 32 damage sticky and tag a scout. Have I sped up the game? Is this just what the game looks like on 100%? There's no fucking way. What? Hold on. That looks so... Is this wrong? Is this the real game? Okay, I didn't pay attention to too much to what happened, but you seem to get destroyed, and it's probably for the same reasons as earlier. There are 6 guys all comped up shooting one guy, and you are a bunch of guys spread out on the map, not really playing height on height, and not really shooting the same thing. It's completely valid to beat a team, like letting the enemy team walk into them, but you need to know what you're doing. Often what you want is your demo and medic baiting their dicks off, so it's hard to get to them, and it's hard to kill them, even when you get onto them. You want soldiers on high ground shooting down rockets at people walking across, and you want scouts playing at least one on the med, if not both, and playing on positions that make it hard for projectile players to hit them for too much damage. If you set up like that and you call, okay, let's kill this soldier, then kill the other soldier, okay, now we look at the demo and scouts, then it's completely valid to let the enemy team walk into you. If you can't have that set up yet, I would say it's much better to be the team initiating when you don't know what you're doing if you're not going to be the team initiating. Just say, okay, we are going to hold W across the left or hold W across the right. If you don't know what you're doing.
Secure the control point. Alert. The control point is being captured.
Just full disad. You're trying something into lobby, you get one pick. That's pretty nice, actually, that you do that. I like that. Chasing a guy out that was overextended. Managing to get him last second. Now they have to push 5v6. Okay. This is what... so this is for you, Strasty. And for Comma, if Comma does this, but... It's 100% not worth getting your gun into some sort of cute off position most of the time, especially in this ad like this. If there's even the slightest chance that they're gonna push, so you know 5v6 with full ad, they should push that, and they do. I guess you expect them not to. You can't be going to build a gun like this. It's not worth it often. It's worth it to have it in the more standard spot, safe, close to spawn, so you can tap it if they're doing a really bad job of killing it. And if they do a good job of killing it, you can't even be near it because you're going to go down with it. You switch off class instantly, then you don't die as NG. Like, rule number one, you never want to be dying on engineer. You want your sentry gun to die, then you get on heavy or pyro or scout. But this is still holdable because they pushed 5v6 and you have a heavy. Oh, he gets melted as well. Yeah, this is rough. It's gonna be a rough hold. Whoa.
Alert. The final control point is being contested.
Oh, pardon me. But yeah. Again, same point as always. The last hold setup isn't very good. It was better that time, actually. There was a lot of people behind point. You had a sort of heavy playing here. It was better, but you lost your engineer because you tried to set up a fancy gun. You take left side, you have a guy in Tetris. This is really good. You have a guy in that cafe, your own cafe rather. Okay. This is nice. Yeah, this is really good. It's good from Comma that he's not afraid to chase that. Yeah, it's just really good play. Now you guys don't need to be going for him anymore. Your demo shouldn't be walking forward here. Okay. That was really well done mid. Good position being taken up. I was gonna say something like maybe your soldier went a bit too early, but nah, he got the right timing. They were like not expecting him to be there at all. Okay. This is relatively fine, this push. You trade 2 for free and you still have full ad. You should just leave a scout on cap and go all the way to last. Yeah, you can just use into them here. Okay, your soldier does the thing where he kind of... You have Uber up and they don't. And he does the thing where he hesitates in the choke. It's not like as extreme as earlier, but there's 100% no reason for him to not just be holding W there all the way through. Or rocket jumping. He could have rocket jumped. He could have jumped at that scout. He's not going to get the med most likely, because the med can like surf or like run away all the way to spawn. But that scout is building. It doesn't have the right weapon out. If he bombs that scout, he's just going to kill him with one rocket. You have Uber up as well. So that's on your soldier there, I would say. You got the med, you got that guy. Okay. This probably ends up as a win. Nice, okay. I would say the only thing that went wrong in that sort of like bit afterwards was what Karma did. It was a bit like, it's a bit psycho of him to just be willing to give up his life to get 100 damage on the heavy. That's like a scenario where as a scout you should value your life a bit more. You want to play off the chaos that the projectiles create for you rather than being the guy that runs in, being the distraction for everyone else. Not that it can really go too wrong. Hello, Domo. Let's check out Highlander's rollout again. Let's see what happens. Oh, the flower rollout. Lovely. Really good stuff. Yeah, I'm watching one of my demos from this season. It's a low demo, man. Demo. Oh, I need to stop looking at the enemy team. This is for the other team. Okay. I want to rewind. My bad. I messed up real bad, guys. Can we get PogChamps in chat for Highlander, guys? That was his rollout I just showed earlier. A round of applause, please. Ah. Jesus. Alright, left side mid again. This time they kind of fight it a little bit. Your soldier is just in. Okay. Yeah. And the big thing there was your team was... this is a timing error. Either your team called for your soldiers to bomb without them actually being ready to go, or your soldier was like, I'm in, without recognizing that his team is nowhere near ready to commit off of that. Oh yeah, it's 8 o'clock. Is there another national lockdown? Wait, it's not 8 o'clock, it's 7 o'clock. And it's 8 o'clock set. It's 8 o'clock in the TF2 world, guys. Yo, let's mix, let's scream. Alright. But the big thing here is, this is just, yeah, exactly like I said. Either your team messed up by saying it's time to bomb and you weren't ready to go, or your soldier's like, I'm in, without knowing that his team isn't ready to go. You're probably going to lose off the back of this, especially because you have you had 2 scouts side by side playing on each other while fighting a projectile class on high ground. Your med is nowhere near anyone. Your demo is alone all on the left. Like, it's the same issue as always. You guys are spread too thin. You need to pick a side and stay there and position a bit more properly. It's pretty lucky that you're scouting Medg out, to be honest. I think that soldier beefed his rockets. I thought he would have hit 2 directs right there. Okay, not directs, but you know what I mean. 2 juicy ones. Alright. The chase is split up as well because of this random soldier in chaos. The fact that he gets out is insane, actually. Alright. Without a demo and with the fact that they're all set up here, I would say most of the time you don't want to try this. This is a scrim, however, so if you want to, you could try this. You have one guy go for like 1 random solo play. That's fine. Nothing really too wrong with that, like I said. Captain, the thing is, I want to get out of open, so I thought I would watch the demos of the div above me. I think Prem might be too advanced for me. I tried watching a mid demo once and I got a headache. I watched a Div2 demo once and my eyes started fucking bleeding. Wait, this all sounds like this could all be clipped and make me sound egotistical. Shit. I meant to say it in a legitimate sense. This physically happened. It destroyed my body. It made my eyes bleed from how insane it was, not from how bad it was. Bad in quotes, by the way. You have mod demo, you just do it yourself. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna get back to watching the fucking demo. I should have done that. My bad, my bad, my bad. I just stopped looking at chat. It's too addictive. It's not good doing a demo review to be doing that. People pay £45 for these. Could you believe that? Again, now that, so you're set up as if it's disad when it's completely even Ubers. You need to be getting close to the doors and making it so they can't even peek like that. Your demo has point trapped. It's, you know, there's no reason for him to have to point trapped in even Ubers. He should be trapping a door and locking it down. Ashley is essentially the only person on the team who's positioned correctly right now. And that's not me like trying to like go like Ashley's the only one doing the right thing. It's like an unconscious error, but in your scrims I really recommend you guys try just holding close to doors in even Uber situations. Because your soldier's all the way back here. Like he doesn't even, I want to see what he sees on his pog, because this is, you're not spotting anything. He's not really looking at anything. He only sees them when it's too late, when they can already just run in because they see him far away. He's hiding behind a box. People pay £55 for these demos. People pay me £75 to watch a demo. This happens every day. They do this. Okay, you have a spy. That's fine. But you need to be holding close to the doors, and you need to be... Like, rule number one of having a spy in sixes is you need to be... Oh, fuck me, why did I have to pause all the heavy shooting? Okay, fuck it. We're gonna watch what happens. Let's see what happens. Some insane shit is about to go down. Okay, you get forced. Wait, you dropped their med though. It must have been the spy. Alright. What am I looking at? Alright. Yeah, in this situation I would never... Yeah, it's even. You can go spy here. But the big thing is you need to be doing things. You can't do nothing and have a spy. Because the enemy team, if they have like any amount of brain cells, will figure it out. If they're the team that's actively doing stuff, that's spotting for information, they will always know if you have a spy off of that. Assuming they're like thinking about it. And one thing that would go a long way to making that spy play more effective, I think it already got the med though, I guess. But one thing that would make it be a lot more consistent is if everyone held close to doors and was like actively holding the door. They just repush. Okay. Nice pipe. Whoa, it's Nubby. Holy shit, that guy gets fucking owned. Okay. It's not having a gun a playstyle? I don't know what that means.
The control point is being captured.
Alright. Yeah, honestly, super important point to touch on there actually. If you are that soldier, and you see like a demo and a scout waiting on point for a bow, a demo man who has just shot 2 pipes, so you know he's at least down 2 shots, and a medic like right behind them, somewhat disconnected from them, and you pull out the market gardener to try and market garden their demo, you're doing something very wrong there. Like that soldier should have attempted to get on the med, he probably would have gotten in. Alright.
We have lost the control point.
Speed up. Alright, it's even Ubers. You got forces that med spawns. I guess you guys are attempting to dry push? Or sack or something? This is wacky. Okay. Yeah, so here the issue is you have both scouts flower. It's fine to have one scout there, but you need one scout here at the choke running through to make space. Your team already has the issue where they sit in the choke for ages. If there's no one making space for them, it's going to be harder for them to get through. This is a really hard map to spectate in my opinion. Maybe I'm stupid though. It's really hard to set up hover cams that don't make people feel ill or make my bitrate go crazy while I'm zooming around trying to catch everything. If I was watching for myself, I'd be going insane. You know, going like, whoa, what's going on here? But I'm not going to talk too much about what happened there. You were kind of posturing to exchange, didn't go for it, and then they double bombed you and owned you, and you didn't use. It's a nice bomb from the enemy team. I wouldn't say that was like poorly played from you guys from like a sort of game sense perspective. More so the enemy team just kind of owned you and you didn't use the Uber. Whoa. My stream just lagged there? Probably. That was a pretty nice rollout, to be honest. Alright, I need to focus on other things rather than just one guy. This is, yeah, I don't know what to say too much about this mid. I didn't really notice, I can't really perceive what went on. Just looks like a bunch of random DM stuff. Yeah.
Alert. The control point is being contested.
Yeah, the rollout is updated. I went over that from the start. But it was well executed, that one. There was some earlier where he did the old rollout and it was slow. But he was pretty fast that time. Wasn't too low health either. Alright, this demo's over. I want to potentially rewind and see if I can find that moment where the soldier goes for the market garden instead. I need to drive this point home. Because I am, unless I have a wrong idea of what the situation was, I am fairly certain that was like a free medic pick for him. If he went for the rockets. Oh shit, I went all the way back to the start. Yo. What about here?
Alert. The control point is being
Is this the last round? No, it's not. Okay. I'm all the way before it happens. Oh, okay. I think it happens soon. They're gonna attempt to dry push last without using the Uber. And then the blue team medic drops. Red team ends up with 3 up. Blah blah blah. Wait. How does the medic die? How does the blue medic die? I didn't. Why am I? No! I'm so stupid! Fuck, why did I leave on 600%? Do you guys see this? My demo UI is so broken. The slider is fucking broken. Oh, yo. Okay. He got stabbed, okay. I have drive? What's drive? Am I losing it? Oh. That's a button? I did not know that was a button. I just always like said that. Like I thought it was an announcement. not an option. Alright. Alright, if I'm not wrong, this guy has one of the best opportunities to get a medic that has ever been presented to a soldier. Yeah. But I'll tell you guys for this. I mean, if you're not going to go for the medic, the next best thing for you to do is to go for that scout. Where if there's potentially info that you know he's low. But he hasn't appeared in the kill feed. He hasn't killed anyone. The demo was the only one who killed people. If the team isn't calling that they've hit him a lot, he might not know that he's low and waiting for a bow. You never go for that demo there with the market garden though. That's the biggest thing. Like you have 2 rockets and you can get the med. This information's for everyone. It's not just the enemy team, and even the enemy team can use that if they have a market garden soldier. All right, we're done with this demo though. We got all the way to the end. That was a gully demo to watch as well. Yeah. All right.
5, 4, 3, 2.
I'm gonna refill my water. I'll be 2 seconds. Alright, I'm back. I'm not even gonna bother looking at what you guys just put. We're gonna get on with the fucking demo, man. Not the fucking demo, man, but the fucking demo, comma, man. Right, let's check out the gully rollout. Unlucky. Getting slowed down there. Big problem there was the last jump. You don't want to be doing the last jump off the floor like that. If you're gonna... Optimally, you do it off the side of the shutter, but if you're going to do it off the floor like that, you need to focus on going further and going faster. It's just a poor jump. We'll check out what the other demo does next mid. Maybe he's faster. You can take some inspiration. Alright, There's no reason for you to be shooting 2 stickies, one of which is uncharged, in attempting to hit that scout. I get that this is essentially me commenting on like a missed shot in a demo, but you should know that the shot is never gonna hit. And if it does, it's never gonna hit on time. If you're like arcing the sticky high up enough that it goes that far. Right. Let's see what happens on the rest of the mid though. They have horrible position. Their demo is on the floor on 10 health. Their medic drops to the floor. But you guys are all chilling rather than going across to the 1 scout. Okay. Mistakes on both sides, really. Alright. The med walks up into you guys. Oh my god, does this guy live? Okay, thank god. Okay. That was an insane mid. The biggest mistake from you guys as a team was not identifying just the sheer amount of space you had. You should have just ran and taken over the entirety of the mid. Tiger has a problem with me, man. I don't know. Ever since that Richard Lewis stuff, Tiger's been particularly sour and bitter towards me. Little guy running around. There's 2 little guys running around on the floor on mid. They block the cap. One of them kills a guy in big door on their own. They continue fighting. Okay, biggest mistake here is dropping for them here, but I guess you just DM your way out of that situation. There's no reason for you guys to drop for them. Maybe there was. It just seemed a bit random that you didn't even drop into them. They just like kept running into you. All right. If you know that there's stickies here, you just don't want to even bother peeking it. Your Uber advantage is so big, and the rest of your team's already on point. They're already climbing river, jumping to river instead. You also could have just jumped to river. However, if you didn't know that they were there, you could have done it. One thing that I think is underrated is oftentimes demo men don't trap both of these shutter doors in this situation where the enemy team has ad. So if you really were insisting on getting into lobby as quick as possible, you could have ran big door in through this little baby door, taken lobby that way. And if you do it the right way, you can even catch the enemy demo if he's leaving wrong. However, instead of all that, I should be looking at this last push. You go through river, you lose 2, well, alright, I'm sure you guys even know that this is wrong, but you never want to lose 2 to the same debt for when you're trying to bait out traps. You never really even want to lose 1 when you get, like, towards the higher levels. Like, it's probably just wrong to lose anyone, but that's rough. Your demo's probably caught out here. Yeah, he misses his exit. Nice work from Strassi to get random exit kill though, that's pretty nice. There's a juicy frag. You have no demo, they should probably just be barreling out the shutters. Comma's gone for the force of a soldier, there's a guy alone on point. Alright, so here your mistake. The big mistake here is you guys are healthy and safe at the choke. You know that you even see, like, just straight away with your eyes, even if it's not being comms, that the enemy medic is still in lobby, not healing these guys on point. You're scout and demo here, and I think you have you have a soldier with you in choke as well. Unless my funny demo wall hack isn't representing the information very well. You guys should just be barreling down this choke, running top right, and delaying the cap. You don't need to die for it. You shouldn't be losing like a single player here, because you're most likely going to be losing 2 soon enough on the flank. But you should 100% be fighting these guys, and in the worst case, they somehow have like a massively good damage exchange for them. Like their demo hits like a bunch of pipes. You shouldn't even be losing a player though, if you do this right. You can do this in a way where you take a bunch of damage, go, okay, fuck that, we can't heal up in time to recontest, we just leave entirely and we're down 2. But we have ad. Yeah, your demo kind of has the right idea, but he's getting locked out by the enemy demo now. If the rest of the team, because I saw the scout and medic leave, if those guys stay with the demo, in fact, let alone staying with him, if they just press W through, the enemy demo, an enemy demo without heals that only has a soldier and a scout support that also have no heals, they're just gonna get crushed by the exact same 3 classes, but with heals. Alright. Still not a bad scenario. It's a nice flank play from Ashley and Comma to get that.
Alert. The control point is being contested.
There's no reason for your... You know you have ad here. There's no reason for your soldiers to be doing what looks like a sack there to me. Considering everyone else was leaving. That or there's been like some sort of miscommunication where you guys called to stay in but then leave, or he calls like... there must have just been some crazy miscommunication there, or someone's seeing that wrong. There's no reason to bomb the medic if you already have ad. Especially if you're 95%, all you have to do is sit and wait with your med, and then take Uber, and then bomb the med. That way, you always kill the med, and you get to live. Whoa. I guess that's an individual error then. That's on him just feeding. This is a pretty nice Uber. Oh, that's so rough. Okay, okay. You get the med. That's a nice Uber. I think some wacky stuff is going on there somewhere. Okay, you have a scout behind killing a soldier. This is fine. What you need to be focusing on here is choke. Nice, okay. Well, they don't come, but if they were gonna come, you always focus on the choke players and let the players at big door like be. Dry bust. Lose one. Probably losing another any second now. Yeah. Okay. That was a bit random, but it's a scrim. I'll allow it. Can be random things. Okay. Nice work spotting the player drop. Good good play from you, Spresti. You get your Uber force and you trade out a player. This is pretty bad situation for you. Oh, this is fucked. You guys are punished as hell. Yeah, you overchase it. There's no reason for both your scouts and your medic to be doing this, essentially. Comma could have went for the 1v1 to be like a distraction to slow the enemy team out. I kind of like that play, especially in a scrim, that's fine. I feel like there's no reason for Spresti and Neox to come with. Obviously, it's good to support your team, but there's a difference between supporting your team and, like, feeding into an enemy either. It's well played from the enemy team as well, to be honest. They get the force, they run away, they kill anyone that goes behind. Then they re-enter with full ad and free picks. The demo needs to be leaving here. He doesn't even need to be leaving river here. Okay, that's risky, yeah. Honestly, all he really had to do was back out Shutter. I think there wasn't even stickies behind him yet, or if there were, there was one. Alright, your soldier trades with a guy. It's not even the soldier, it's the scout gets a random pick. Okay. There's no reason for your soldier to be where he was there, in the lobby over. And they have full ad, you're just overextended. Or like big ad. I think the big thing is, you can be in lobby to spot for info, but like, if you're a soldier, why would you ever be here? You know? You don't want to be here for an extended period of time. This I'd hold. You can't really get set up for it, because your demo was dead. Just some wacky DM stuff happens and you end up holding. Okay, that's a pretty good hold. Especially given the situation. If I was cynical, I would say the enemy team did a poor job, or they did some things wrong, but it's a good hold from you guys.
The control point is being captured.
The biggest thing here is... Alright. Yeah, I was gonna say, if you had a soldier with you, you should have had a soldier get to the position like above that instantly. But I think both your soldiers were still dead or rolling out or something.
The control point is being contested.
Alright, yeah, for lad. Everyone's on mid now. There's a random spy around that you guys know about because you hit him earlier. You've heard him on cloak. It's a nice fight. If you are spotting this at all, you know that there's 2 players at choke from the 2 rocket trails and the sounds of 2 soldiers. You can just use her and focus soldiers, if not kill like a lot of things. Yeah, inside you, there's a. You can delay in this choke. Gully choke is like one of the like most famous like sort of delay your Uber spots. You guys did like 2 different things at once, but honestly, you got 3 kills, so this is probably fine. You got 2 kills in the Uber. Yeah, never mind. But I will say it looks like you got forced, and the big reason you got forced is because your demo thinks you're trying to walk in and use Uber, and other players think they're trying to delay. Your demo should be setting up a carpet here, like just of random ass stickies, and waiting like with your. He should be baiting with your medic while 2 other players, like your scout and soldier, get through and clear spots and take a 2v1 if there's like a random guy overextended. That's how you do it if you want to delay. If you don't want to delay, you need to be doing what Terra did, where you just hold W and don't let go, and you're planning on using the Uber. Like I say, it didn't really go wrong. You got 2 kills. Uber's worth 2 kills. You can go all the way to last off this for a force. Especially if you go quick, you go before they even have Uber up, you can do point pressure plays instead. But that's a bit harder on this map. A lot of ground to cover in the lobby area. Their demo's out of position. Your demo sticking point. You're doing a point play thing here. This is really nice. Do you get this round? Oh, your demo misses that. That's rough. Okay. The other thing I will say that was missing there was a soldier bomb. Like, there's no reason for you guys not to double sack there. You have 2 picks. They're going to have Uber soon. You have a scout position in water and sticks on point. If a soldier bombs the ring, or just bombs like a random lone target, there's going to be so much pressure on the enemy team. You either get the round through cap, or you get the force, like I would say, good 70% of the time, if you do it right. But you don't send a soldier bomb. It's unlucky that Terra misses his debt. Right, you lose 2 on the exit as well. That's just your medic and that's just like disconnect. I feel like there's a world where those players live if the medic stays in, but you know, it's probably the right thing to not stay in as a medic when you're close to Uber and they are for lead. Alright. This is too aggressive from Sprassi, considering where his team is. Okay, yeah, this is just going to be one of those chaos situations that arises. I think there's too much to analyze here. I can say like some individual players did some things wrong and probably some individuals did some things right. Sprassi didn't have to tuck into big door to like gather packs. He could have just ran through this elbow to link up with his team. I think Terra was on the floor at the start of that situation, which could have been because he was a spawner. So he's just spamming pipes upwards at a team walking through choke. You need to be taking the exchange. The exchange needs to be taken a different way, or maybe the enemy team just took a really good one. But you got the shitty end of the stick there on the exchange, and it's due to poor positioning, being on the floor, wanting to exchange while still having people spawning and getting into position. You just weren't ready for it. The enemy team was. Gun Empire is a really nice setup. The gun spot is even like pretty good one. It's not the best one, but it's pretty fine. Your setup on this map in general is pretty good, to be honest. Your demo's got Shutter and Balk somewhat on the lock. Soldier playing for main and a soldier playing for river. It's a pretty nice setup. Fuck me. Okay, let's speed up a little. Whoa! Okay, they have a sniper. When you know they have a sniper, you can take a really cocky exchange. The enemy demo is not sticking this up at all and instead is just spamming. You could honestly just... Okay, he's got stickies above here. With the way the enemy team is set up, and the thing is you know the way to set up because of the window, you can like see all this going on. If they have a sniper and you see a bunch of people in this middle lobby area and no one being... And if you're confident to a decent degree that there's no sticks immediately behind the shutter, you can just walk medic and soldier through shutter and take an exchange into the enemy team, and you'll always get something. Between the fact that there's a sniper playing a lone main, or he's playing with like... Yeah, he's playing a lone main. There's 3, like, poor mobility characters in a lobby area just like chilling next to each other. Now, you guys can abuse that by just exchanging through shutter. Especially when they're applying pressure to you, to alleviate that pressure, it helps. But you do like probably the thing that's even more consistent now, is to just kill the alone sniper. That's a pretty good play from you guys. But in a scrim, you guys can 100% try it out. The exchange can even be done on a pyro. One thing that's super underrated, and I think would be even better at this sort of lower level than at a higher level, is just running a pyro through shutter and exchanging into the enemy team. Just holding W at them and seeing what happens. The only punish is for a medic to be super positioned far back at like the back of river, or like outside at the shutter on the lower end of lobby. If that description makes sense. Alright. They lose a scout. Again, alone in lobby. That's pretty nice for you guys. So yeah, another mistake. You guys are doing nothing off of the advantages you generate. You get 1 pick and you go, oh, you can't push out off of 1 pick, so you do nothing entirely. It's somewhat true that you can't push out off of 1 pick, especially a scout pick, in a situation where they have like 3 projectiles up. But there's no reason you guys can't try. So one thing that I like doing when I get a pick on this map is to just you get your soldier and demo into lobby. Your demo traps up the shutter so no one can go for a back cap or like some sort of cheeky play. And then once lobby is secured and there's no one like at all getting on your demo, the soldier leaves lobby, like stops protecting the demo, goes river, meets up with the rest of his team who are pushing river from last. You don't even need to get off. I would say you get off of engineer when you get a pick. There's no reason not to. You get off of engineer, you can keep the pyro because it's pretty good in this lobby. But you can even get off of pyro, take double scouts and the other soldier into river with heal beam, and then you see what you can do from there. If they're holding close to you, it's still possible to sack into that. You can skip jump through river, you can... If the enemy demo isn't sticking shutter, or if it's a demo pick you have, especially, one soldier, the soldier that goes into lobby with your demo, can jump either through the baby door into big door, and then like into river through there, or he can... Hold on. I'll show visuals to make it easier, because nothing will probably happen anyway. You can either like, you can just get through the shutter and just bomb the enemy team that's in river. If they're not in river, if they're even further back than that, you can take space and send an even more supported sack. If they're in big door doing something random, you can get cap time as scout, etc. You can. There's no reason. The biggest thing in this game is to be. You want to take like everything that's given to you, and you guys on. That's how you like win the game essentially. If you're being given a resource and you're not using it, you're like kind of asking for the stalemate to go on forever and ever until at one point where their team doesn't feed in lobby. You know, the point where their team is the team that gets the opening pick in lobby, or the point where they get like 1 successful sack even for a sentry gun and pyro onto your med. You know, it happens. If you keep giving them infinite opportunities, you're gonna get punished. That's the most important thing about this game. It's a really bold, like, blanket statement, obviously, to say like you need to take everything you're given. It's a skill to recognize like what is a resource and what isn't. But if you practice it, especially in scrims, then there's no reason you won't get there eventually. This is a pretty good push out from you guys. It's a really nice serve from your med. Good work from your scout clearing river while you're your team pushes out shutter. That was really good. Your team does your team does pretty much what I described here. You get 2 picks. You know one of them's a demo, so shutter can't be trapped. You run through the quickest way to the point. One guy clears the flank. You clean him up. Nice set from your medic as well. You don't have to use the Uber and you're in on second. Now you're in an infinitely better situation than before. This is completely understandable if you don't keep going here or don't send a sack, because you got the pick late, you were still getting people into second, etc. But that's pretty well done. Maybe I go here. Oh, this is the angle. This is where you want to be. I guess he sent a sack? I don't know what happened there, I didn't see. Seems like a little bit of feed. There's no real point in that. If you died in choke especially, you don't want to be in choke as a scout. Alright. Your soldier does the thing where he thinks that he needs to commit to holding the flank. It's good to like stand your ground to an extent. It's good to stand your ground versus someone else who doesn't have beam and you know that you're equal on resources to, or like that you know have more than, especially. But here he's standing his ground versus 2 players plus a medic and he has no support of his own and you're already down 1. That's the big thing going wrong here. One super important Roma fundamental that like anyone can take away that's like watching this is, if you see the beam on the door you're watching, that's meant to be the flank door, and you're expecting flank players to be there, if you see the beam there, run. You call beam is at this door, you run, you rotate, you go to the opposite door even, if your pocket is coming over. Because you don't want to keep both soldiers at the same door. At a high level you don't do that. At a high level the Roma stays there and essentially plays like a pocket, he plays on beam, plays with the demo, until the enemy beam goes away. But you can't be standing your ground there. Basically, you jump away, you jump to river, you get a pack there, you say they are coming big door, the heal beam is at big door. Then your demo and medic can rotate, and you know the guys who are more well equipped to lock that down can lock it down. Alright, now you're down 2 on Gullywash. Your medic has good position, everyone else's position is a little bit doo-doo. Karma and Terra also have to be above point here, or your medic should at least be on your demo instead. I don't know whose issue that really is. It seems like a miscommunication. Ashley does the right thing by holding choke, or attempting to. It's a hard job without the heal beam attached, and while the enemy team is kind of crushing you. Nice force plus force nice surf and force combo. I love it. That's good. Lose your medic in lobby. The demo just gets the cap. Okay. That's just miscommunication then. That's them not listening to you. I would say the way you played that was more correct than the way they played it. But if they're going to play on the floor, it might be partially on you to recognize the fact that they're not going to listen to you and that you need to stay with them, so that you don't drop them from the Uber. You get the first kill. I don't even know how it happened, but I'm gonna allow it. Strasty goes down. I didn't even see how that happened. That scattergun? No. Okay. Honestly, I kind of want to rewind and rewatch that because I did not properly perceive anything that just happened. And that's on me. Okay, that guy dies to random spam. How does Sprasty die? Oh, Ashley dies, not Sprasty. Okay. Okay, for some reason I thought Sprasty died. I was confused. Sprasty doesn't die. Okay, this is fine. Okay. When what you did here works out, Spresti, but I actually disagree with it. You don't want to be dropping off the high ground to kill a guy that's like 10 health underneath you. If you play the angles right, you can do it while retaining high ground. It's a poor discipline play, basically. If the enemy team is all out and you know it and you're 100% certain of that, then it's fine to do it. But if you didn't know that and you just did it like randomly and with if you do this at the wrong time, it's a bad play, basically. Just so you're aware. Team is owning. I didn't see how your demo got that kill, but I love it. Okay. Terra is fisting them. Even Ubers, they're down to... You have someone in water or something? No. Okay, I don't like this. You guys kind of don't do anything here. You had 2 picks, and you just... Yeah, they're going to spawn soon, but you kind of just sit there, see like a bunch of rockets whiz by you, and go, I don't like this, and leave. You guys 100% should have tried something there. The thing you guys tried earlier was the right thing to do, actually. You guys just don't commit to it. All you had to do was send Sprasti water again, Karma water again, Sticky off the point, send a soldier sack, or like, find... You hear a gun going up, you can go look for the gun, see where it is. If it's in this irrelevant spot, you know you can just sack into them top right. There's so many things you guys could have been doing here. But that water play, first of all, is a really good play. Like, it's like really promising that you guys are setting that up, right? But all you have to do is commit to it. What the fuck is this fucking thing? What happened? What was this notification? Thank you, Alien Man. True words have never been spoken. Fuck Tiger. Did that show on stream? I don't know if my stream thing is set up right. But I love that message, man. That could turn that into a... it showed. Perfect. That's like a inspirational quote. No TOS? What does that mean? Make the text larger, please? Man, we'll deal with that later. Okay. Text to speech, okay. Alright. Let's get back to this. I'll deal with that. That's a problem for future me. I'll make it bigger another day. Sorry for my low budget stream, guys. But yeah. Just to recap, because I trolled by reading chat there. You need to be like looking to actively do something off of 2 picks. It could have been as like simple and as passive as a play as looking for the gun and attempting to spam it down. Or it could have been as aggressive as the stuff you were trying earlier, getting a scout into water, sticking it off, and then playing the cap. You can throw in a soldier bomb into that play as well. There's no reason not to. Especially when they're down to you. My frames are going wacky mode. There. Some insane stuff is happening here. You have a pick and you kind of just do nothing off it again. You don't really try anything. Oh, you're exchanging. Okay. You get the force. Your demo's gonna die for the gun. Oh, you have point play. Okay. Honestly, I like that you at least tried something. And you guys probably learned that, like, oh, it doesn't work. I mean, now I can sit here in the demo review and go, that didn't work, but you tried something. You guys should be proud of that. That's better than doing nothing. 100%. Those shadow credits, bro. I would do anything for those shadow credits. The sports bra was looking pretty juicy, but I need the others from my team to let me have some of their credits if I can afford that shit. Alright. Even Ubers, you have a bit of ad from building better, but you probably don't know it. Even numbers as well. What do we do? Pretty good exit from you guys. I noticed that you didn't feed anyone. You like lost 2 and were like, yeah, we can't hold this without a demo and a scout. and they died at different timings, which makes it even harder. Staggered deaths is never nice. Alright. You go big door, take your extra soldier with you. This is a pretty good play from Terra. I like what Terra does. Yeah, just take a bunch of free space. This is cool. They push the choke, you get forced. They've also been forced in the meanwhile. You need to be playing the cap here. They're already on the cap and you're not. Okay. 100% the thing that went wrong here was people getting obsessed with wanting to frag rather than capping. The enemy team does the right thing. They just like they kill what's in their way and they get on the cap instantly. You either kill the things that are in your way, and if they run away, you can't chase them into their side of the map. You're giving up all the area behind you. If you guys are on this, so this is like a thing that quite a lot of people know about Gully, but I guess not enough. The mid cap is insanely fast. It's not as fast as the second cap, obviously. The second cap is always going to be. I noticed that some people say the mid and second cap at the same speed, but like, that's not like completely true, but it's borderline true. It serves as like a good. It's like a good thing to know that this is one of the few maps where mid is back capable. Basically, is the point I'm trying to drive. The enemy team plays this well. You guys play it well as well, to be honest. I like what you did. You just take a bunch of space big door. You just didn't have enough players. You honestly should have left one player at choke, taken comma with you, the extra scout. You have more. That means you have another scout's cap time on second, and you need to not want to hunt the frags on people running into lobby and into river or above point. You get any frags that are presented to you. If you don't get them instantly, you just keep capping. Like you split your forces and you're punished. Yeah, something like that. It depends on the different cap rates as well. I think mid at 3x caps quicker than this point on 2x, though. It's like one big thing. And that's like less true on other maps. Like it's like really comfortable, the way it caps like that. Mid at 3x, second at 2x. Stuff like that.
Our control point is being captured.
Something like that, rather. Alright, your only option is to leave through big door here.
Alert.
You guys know it. Your med is being chased. They're going to try to cut you off if they're smart. They're not doing that, okay. Honestly, since... Oh, fuck me. What have I done? Okay. Haha, this is so rough. Does anyone remember the minute of the match? I was just reloading. Okay, thank God, we're fine. Wait, no, it's going to a thing that I showed earlier.
The control point is
I fucking misclicked, man.
alert. The control alert.
Alright. You guys win the mid, you go to last. You do nothing for a bit, then you do something, and you lose last. Or you lose there second, rather.
Alert. The control point is being captured. Alert. Our control point is being captured.
Yeah, there's no reason for you to be chasing this guy all the way that deep, Spressy. You could have been getting cap time.
Captured.
But their entire team does too good a job of getting through choke and then onto the cap instantly. That was really well played from them.
Captured.
Alright, so here, I want to talk about this. The enemy team really should just be, like, they even knew that you were going to attempt this, right? It's the only logical thing for you guys left to do. They had a guy shooting the medic in the back, so they know all the way back then. Those people on point should not be capping the point. Those people should be running and, like, catching you off either through the main shutter or, you know, given how much time they had, they could have ran at big door and then they're just sandwiched between one player behind them and then the rest of the team in front of them. No Ubers are up. You can't, like, cheese, like, take a crap exchange out to save yourself. Like, you need to just, these guys, the enemy team 100% should have done that to you. And this is important because you guys should 100% do this if you're presented the opportunity. Don't let these guys get away for free, you know? Right. However, your team does a good job of getting you out. Your soldier goes to the shutter to distract. Kind of scared him off a little. It's kind of a miracle that they haven't even just killed him yet. But he might be dying soon. From the look of it. They have a bit of ad. But that's from building. I don't know how aware they are. Yeah. If you ever get onto the like the opposite side of that, you want to be crushing them there. Like if that's the enemy team and you guys are the guys on second, you wanna be going on them. I don't like sniping on this last. I don't think there's too much of a point in it. Yeah, and your med gets forced. If that was a defensive off class, like a pyro just reflects the guy away. You already had a pyro, but I guess he was in a different position, or maybe he was switching onto it. If you have a heavy, he just gets like beams down. Even if you're a scout, you do way more than you would as a sniper here. Sniper is really poor on this last. There's 100% no reason to have a sniper as the team on the last. It's good into it. I think it's pretty solid to snipe into this last. But none of the angles are very good for being the defensive sniper. You have far more utility on engineer, pyro, or heavy, and even a scout. I don't know how to... Yeah, I would say even a scout you have more utility than as a sniper on this map. And this is like a last where scout is notoriously bad. Right, you're setting up for this side and your soldier is taking damage before the push. Nice spam from Terra there to get a random pick. Your soldier should not be being... Again, he's doing the same thing that he did at Big Door earlier, where he sees the beam and just like attempts to try and fight a guy on full beam, while he has like his entire team behind him. He's 100% going down here. Yeah. That's an enemy demo going on him actually. Okay, never mind. This is somehow fine. I thought that was a scout. The enemy team plays that poorly, but that doesn't change the fact that what he did was bad. You don't want to... You need to respect the fact that if you don't have the heal beam and there's people with heal beam fighting you, you just don't take that fight. You play the percentages. You're not going to win that fight if everything else is like considered standard in the situation. Now if it's a 10 health player on beam and you had 200 health player off beam, things change obviously, but you get the Uber here, they still try to push. There's no way this ends badly for you, I feel like. Nice kill. Ooh, that's close. Oh yeah, nice, you get him. Okay, so what Sprasty's doing wrong here is you never leave... First of all, I think leaving a player on last in general to hold it is a pretty poor play overall. It has its place, but if you're going to leave a player, you never leave a scout. You should always leave a soldier. If you're going to leave anyone. And even still, I think leaving a soldier is pretty poor. The best solution is to just make sure that everyone knows what their role is and everyone is coming, what doors they've cleared, and like what they have left like unchecked, so that everyone is aware of where a potential backup can come from. Or everyone that's relevant is aware. That's, you know, your scout and probably your flank scout and your roamer, so they can plug any gaps. Leaving a heavy on last is just no point. You want both scouts in the push out, because right now, yeah, you have a pyro as well. You have literally no classes that can get cap time. You had a soldier getting cap time. I think he got a kill or died or something. No, he didn't die. Your demo just dies here now because of random 2-pipe. But you need scouts to get cap time. Alright. Alright. There's also no reason for you to be on the floor as heavy now. If anything, you want to be top left so that your medic can heal you and so that you can protect your medic, rather than being like some secret Tomislav heavy in river. Okay. Soldier on point. Ubers get exchanged. This takes so long for you to switch off of a heavy as well now. Like, this is going to delay your push so much. Yeah. And you're making your Medgar a position to heal you, etc. You're not in like the position to protect him from. If you're here, You know, you just laser beam that guy down and he dies. There's no reason for you to be heavy like in this position. Ever. Some situations, but for the sake of learning and growing and getting good discipline, never. You never want to be here.
Alert. The control point is being captured.
You can end up here on like a messy last hold. Alright. Wait. Demo cam. Okay. Nice tag on the scout. Alright. Again, this is demo specific, not a player thing. I don't like spamming all 4 pipes there. I think spamming 2, 3 pipes is fine. But especially those pipes you were spamming were so sort of random, I think. I think you might have hit the demo once. But if you spam big door with the pipes instead, you're either slowing them down or hitting a bunch of damage on soldiers and medics, which will completely fuck up their mid. Now you have no pipes loaded and there's 2 soldiers landing on you soon. Yeah, it's good that you have like a bunch of stickies, but they're not going to do the job in this scenario. Yeah. And you die because you have to reload it instead of just shooting them straight away. Your med's caught in. So I didn't take a look at what went wrong for your team there. So I'll see what happened to the rest of the things, but that mid was never gonna end too well with the way I saw like the first 5 seconds of that happen as demo. You didn't lose them the mid like on your own. A bunch of other shit happened, but you were just part of the reason why it was like kind of an unwinnable mid, if that means anything. If you don't spam all your pipes, you have the chance to hit the clutch pipes, clean up the soldiers quickly, and then you're 4v4 instead.
Our control point. Alert. 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 Our control. Alert. Alert. The control point is being captured.
Ah, stuck in the fucking ground. Okay, Sprasty goes down to the bomb. It's just a good bomb. Their bombs get 2 kills on a bunch of damage. You had your own bombs go in. No, you didn't have your own bombs go in. Your bombs, you kind of like counter bombed the enemy team soldiers. So everyone pretty much dies to the enemy team's bombs, if not directly from it, because of the fact that they get a bunch of damage position off it.
Time has been added.
Which one am I? Listen, man, come on. It's been it's been 2 hours of the same job. I like it though. You're the 3rd person to go for that one, Stylex. I'm completely immune now. I've grown a rough skin to it. Alright. Your demo dies on second spamming a lot, and it's because he's completely blind to big door as well as playing too far forward, and he has like no one really supporting him. I don't really know what the goal of this play on second was in general. But you guys are trying stuff out though, so that's fine. But honestly, as a demo, you want to be inside the shutter so that you can leave if someone gets on you, and you need to be more aware of big door. If anything, what I like doing is I trap the big door instead. Instead of spamming anything else, I trap the big door, see if I can get a random flank pick. One thing you can do is act unaware. Okay, you trap, one thing I really like doing, you can trap this door here, act unaware, but like have some amount of peripheral vision on big door, and when you see like a guy running down there, you dep. Like a guy running to catch you off. Now, in the meanwhile, Sprasty and Soldier have just killed a bunch of people in lobby. The force is out. They can't do anything here. It's pretty good play from you guys. I don't know what happened or how that happened, but I like it. I want to see what Sprasty does here, to be honest. Have I gone to tick 9,000? That would be really awesome if I did that. game's crashed, but that's fine. I'm gonna get back on. We're gonna go to tick 90,000, and I'm gonna find out the truth. I'm gonna find out what happened here. I want to see what Sprasty does. Him and Doig, their soldier, they go crazy in lobby. Have I gone to 900,000? Stop. Stop the count! Thank God, okay. Oi oi oi. Alright. So it cleans up a random feeder and river. Oh no, okay, that's just a bunch of projectiles. Effects, whatever. Oh, this is sick! Holy shit. This is so fucking beast. I love that. That's so nice. That's good play from those two. I'm fine with that, man. I've made peace with that fact. I saw that coming a mile away. No, 2 miles away. Are you still in I swear you live in Spain or some shit, right, Stardex? You escaped. You escaped the island. That's cool, man. What's the weather like there right now? It's probably not so cold, right? Yeah, but you have nicer food, nicer weather, nicer people. Yeah, that makes sense. It's still 15 degrees in Istanbul or some shit as well. And it's like a cold snap here and everything's frosty when I wake up and I hate it. Human beings weren't made to live away from the Mediterranean, man. That's my stipulation. Human beings belong down there. Alright. Anyway, pretty good play from Sprasty and Doig. The Uber's out, it should be dog shit. They get Ashley off it. Yeah, okay, there's no reason for these two players to be running at that. They can... there's nothing keeping you coming there. You don't need to run at the shiny players. It sounds very condescending, but truly, like, you should have made every attempt you could to jump away from that. I know I said that stuff earlier about, like, you can disrespect bad Ubers, but at the same time, like, you need to give that, what happens there, like, some amount of respect. Like, you can't just go like, oh, the Uber's gonna end soon, and we can sit in front of it AFK and get double meat shot. Situation ends fine though, because you have demo and med up. And spawn is coming soon. Some random shit is happening from the look of it. They have a spy and I think you know it because I heard that all the way from here on last. Oh shit. I should be following the push instead of AFKing on demo UI. Point is trapped and you have a soldier on last. Does the spy still get the back cap? Alright. Start getting cap time. You can okay. 100% there is no reason for you to... So, your soldier gets backstabbed, unlucky, poor awareness from him. However, I really would have liked to see you guys just running at the people at choke. You were going to lose the round anyway, no matter what. But you see three combo players committed, like relatively committed. You saw two combat players like heavily committed, like past the choke. And you know that medic has to be like close behind them. Even if you don't get the medic, if you get 2 kills with that Uber, it's 100% worth it. A scout demo pick is juicy as hell. Obviously you need cap time as well, but that's someone... One scout can't be expected to do it all. This is why you need 2 scouts on this push out. Sprasty and Terra should have just been barreling down at those guys at choke and just owning them with an Uber. I'll follow the Mediterranean talk in a moment in chat. Yeah, just gonna power through this demo. Holy fuck. My game just... Okay. That was wacky. It's too greedy to look at the demo POV and expect to be able to see the rest of the mid quickly, rather. You do it their side mid. You need bombs up their side. You have one up. You get the second. Alright, this is pretty nice. They're all on the floor. In this situation, you want to be... Okay, yeah, you're doing a pretty good job. You want to be killing anyone that's, like, on high ground, that's on you. Karma is either about to kill this guy or die himself. Let's see what happens. And then after that, your focus target, no matter what, your focus target is this guy up top. You have to go too far out of position to get on this guy. Nice. Karma got his frag. The pistol RNG smiled upon him. Does this guy get the med? No way. There's not a chance on earth. I love it. Okay. Good mid. Pretty good mid from you guys. You guys play it, like, pretty well.
Alert. The control point is being captured.
Oh, you even... Okay, this is nice. This is like the sort of stuff I want to see more from you guys. It's a bit ambitious, but you chase all the way to last. Off of a bunch of picks, and like, they're all staggered deaths as well. I like this a lot. It doesn't work out, but that's perfectly fine. Like, this is you guys need to play like this more, is like the main thing that I want to drive home. There's a wrong and a right way of doing it, and this was right way, it just didn't... It's just a bit ambitious, and you're learning that. You're learning that, like, in this scenario, you probably shouldn't still go for it, or you should try something else. But it's good that you try it.
Alert. The control point is being...
Because you're going to have second no matter what, pretty much, if you set up for it right.
Time has been added.
How do I spectate this last? There's too much information in... Like, there's like 5 different doors. And all of them are relevant and important. Alright, exchange free shutter on a scout. Managed to get the force, that's pretty impressive to be honest. You even get a pick. You should just chaos this, everyone should just commit. Okay. This is sick. You have a bunch of cap time? This must pay off. The soldiers bait just the perfect amount, and then get in and own people. Okay, that was really, really nice actually. I would say it's a bit optimistic to exchange free shutter on just the scout and expect to get the force every time. But power to you, you did it. You hit the shots, got the exchange out, made a bunch of space, bunch of openings. That was a really good round. Few negatives, if any, to point out.
Alert. The control point is being contested.
Okay. Ashley does what is essentially like a solo play here. I get that they're also trying to get up your side, but the other soldier should have committed to this, or like there should have been some more support for this. This is essentially Ashley going for a solo play and also still owning them, and that can happen on Gullywash. But I think I want to point out, like in the demo review, like this is like kind of a wrong thing. You should have another soldier going with Ashley here, or scout maybe, anything but like solo. But it pays out. You get even just the demo pick is good, but there's so much damage as well. One more player might go down. No, unlucky. But they're probably all gonna die here. Yeah, they're fucked up. It's just one guy. Nice. How long have I been reviewing? It's been 2 hours, and we're almost at the end of this one. I don't know. I spend too long. I rewind a lot, go slow-mo a lot. This is nice. You got set up on last. I don't know. This is a good thing to be doing in this scrim. Push the limits. See what you can do. You don't have the Uber yet though, and you lose your med. Okay. You really needed like one more player with your med there. This is what I mean by like one of the most important things you can be doing in scrims is like. So I get that I'm pointing out a bunch of different things in this demo review as well. The biggest thing isn't to tackle them all at once. The only way you're gonna improve is to stomp out issues and bad habits one by one. You need to prioritize. So I've mentioned it a few times. Like just scout, demo, and med need to be playing tight, leaving through the same doors, and like always being on each other. Essentially, that's probably priority number one. If you can get to a point where like Sprasty, Terra, and Neox are like all playing on each other and off each other, then you're gonna have a lot easier time fixing the other issues I've mentioned in this as well. Treat all the stuff I've said as like a checklist, not like you need to fix all at once. Pick which one you want to work on each time as well. Make sure everyone's aware that, you know, like, I'm working on this, I'm going to work on this, blah blah blah. Alright, they have ads, they don't have it yet. I guess you gotta try and dry fight here before they get Uber. They're holding the doors pretty well though. And Karma just gets shredded. Okay. Oh, the spam is a delight! And you get a bunch of random picks, I love it. Focus heavy. Okay, now you just win the round, it's over for them. They don't stand a chance. Okay. I like it. Whoever that was, whichever soldier that was that got like some random pick and like that got space on the left side of last, that was really well played. Comma's a real trooper. Comma really does give his life up for a bunch of stuff. There's that's like a good thing, but at the same time, you need to acknowledge like how strong your class is, and that other classes are better suited at some tasks than others. If you're a very selfless player, you should. It doesn't matter if you're very selfless. You still need to let your soldiers do that, and you need to be the one benefiting off of that. Alright. I think the enemy team wins one more round here, so we'll see what happens here. Alright, so the issue here is your bombs kind of went in one by one, and there was no true walk across point. There was a lot of pressure from the point, but no commitment. Alright, yeah, and you just get chewed up one by one. No one really committed with the soldier bombs. The soldiers went one by one, and they kind of landed in the same place as well. It's very easy to kill one soldier, and then like another soldier just lands and takes his place, and you're like still looking at it. You don't have to like change where you're aiming or anything to kill him. Yeah. Alright, and they catch your med out on the chase. And they just go into last before you set up for it, and they're lad. You never stood a chance, you poor bastards. This is heartbreaking. But again, so on this map you have a poor setup for the last hold as well, but it's not like you really had a chance to get set up for this one anyway. And it's over. Let me try and think to recap what the biggest things for the team are for a bit, and then we can go over that, and then I can end the stream. Actually, what the fuck are people talking about here? Prince Philip. I wish I had a WhatsApp group with Philip. I'd tell him to let us meet the Queen and have her at me birthday. Bet Liz goes mental at parties. Loves to cat, I heard. Alright. That's nice as hell. I love that. Yeah, sorry, I wanted to finish my point because I kind of left it open. You need to value your life a bit more, Comma. It's good to have a player that does that stuff, but it should really be a soldier should be doing that for your team, not you. You're playing flank scout by being like a scout that runs ahead of your combo to make space for them. Sprasty kind of does it a bit as well. Sprasty does do it, if anything, but sometimes you like have like your soldiers aren't rocket jumping, and it might be because they like think like, oh, I don't have enough health to rocket jump, but like often like 180 plus is enough to rocket jump. You can't just sit in a choke while your scouts are in, going like, I can't rocket jump, guys. I don't have 300. You need to get in. As soon as your scout starts running in a bit, that's when you jump in. Now you're suddenly the furthest forward. If they look at your scout, you kill them. If they look at you, your scout kills them. That's how it should be playing out. Instead, you have scouts running in, and then 4 people sitting in choke dying slowly while the 2 scouts get cleaned up. Even if they survive for a while. So that's like something you should work to stomp out. And that's like something you can work on as a team. There's 100% no reason your soldiers shouldn't be making more space, basically. They play a bit too baity. It means they often don't feed, I guess, but downside is your scouts get baited. And your demo can't walk through the choke without insta-giving. Yeah, most important thing, 100% is that stuff I was about, the scout demo med earlier. If you fix that, a lot of other things will come naturally as a result of that fix. If you learn that like you 3 should just be playing like on each other essentially like 90% of the time, leaving through the same doors, entering through the same doors, it'll fix a lot of stuff. You can work on adding in fancy shit and like stuff you see that like, you know, at the top level it's not always true that all 3 stay together, but in a fight, in like a developed situation, those 3 should always be together. Any time where you think you're gonna have to fight a guy. When in the moments you have to go spy as medic? Well, I think Dowie mostly did it when he was mad that we were losing scrims. So that's probably the best moment to go spy as medic is when you're pissed off that everyone on your team is shit. Hey, and the worst part is, he insists that it was good, man. He insisted it was good on Snakewater, and I kind of see what he means. It would work like 1 in every 10 times. If he only ever did it once, it would probably work more. Every team knew that he did it as well. It was like, what are you doing? Your demo should... Oh yeah, and the other thing is... So the second biggest thing, have a few map talks, figure out some default positions for where you want to be in even Ubers and on Disad. I wouldn't mind doing one for you guys probably if the timing works out, but you can learn. You can get. There's so many people that can do map talks. They're quite simple. You can do the map talk yourselves. Go in with the intention of saying like. Go in with, like, and ask like, oh, who likes playing what position? But like, It needs to be there needs to be justifications for it. It can't be like I like being top left as soldier because I want to take solo overs and get a bunch of damage, you know? There has to be justification for it. You can craft your own playstyle, but otherwise you can also just watch how other teams do it, watch what their default setups are. The big key thing is in even Ubers, you want to be close to the doors and not giving up any space for free. And then in Disad, you need to have some ideas of how the rotations are going to work out, essentially. If they come in through this door, what's our plan? If they come in through the other door, what's our plan? If the flank player gets through, what's our plan? Have a plan for situations like that, and then you'll notice yourselves holding a lot of lasts that you don't deserve to hold, as well as getting a bunch of frags that the enemy team might not expect from you guys holding doors aggressively in even Ubers. If I remember anything else, I can always put in the. Can always message you guys or on Discord, but those are the big takeaways. I'm gonna end the stream. Goodbye, guys. Good night.